Jungle.
All right. Robbie Gaspar, I'm sitting with at the moment, the Australian international midfielder. Well, sorry, not an international, yeah.
No.
Midfield player with Persema. He's been in Southeast Asia playing now for 7 or 8 years with a variety of teams in Malaysia, Brunei, and Indonesia. Now in Indonesia 5 years. You obviously like the area.
Yeah, no, it's good, like it grows on you. It's good. It grows on you really well. The people are really friendly. Like I've noticed, Indonesian football is probably the best league in Southeast Asia for me by far.
Yeah.
So I thought, why change? If I'm enjoying something.
Now, Indonesian football and the ISL has got the profile's risen over the last year, but also you said the same about the Singapore league and also the Thai league, not the Malaysian league because no buggers allowed to go there. But Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia, and possibly the Vietnam league are raising their profile and attracting better foreigners. As a player, look at it from a player's point of view. What are the benefits of playing in, for example, Indonesia?
Benefits of playing in Indonesia. It's a strong league, got decent foreigners. The locals are pretty good as well. You got massive crowds, so you actually feel like you're a professional. They love football here. And it's a pretty good lifestyle as well. The lifestyle is very good.
All right. So you feel like a footballer. What about the downside? I mean, many people will associate Indonesian football with certain negative aspects. If, for example, you got a guy watching this who's a lad playing in somewhere like the state leagues in Australia, or a European player with a European team, and they're thinking about to try their luck over in Southeast Asia, what advice would you offer to them?
I'd say give it a go, but also have an open mind when you arrive, because you'd be for a bit of a culture shock when you first get here in regards to say the lifestyle, food. Maybe the quality of the surfaces, like the stadiums and that. So, but for me, it's all part of the experience, and it's also makes you more humble person. Learn to appreciate things a lot more. Like when I came from Australia, I was very spoiled, and coming here and it's sort of maybe toughened me up a fair bit.
What about things like, there's rumours that allegedly people aren't always paid on time each month. When you're new in town and you arrive in an Indonesian team, what can you do? Can you do anything?
You just got to be patient, I think. It happened to me the first year I arrived here in Indonesia. My salary was 2 or 3 months late, but after that it became they paid it, and sometimes you have to be patient. If you can be patient, if you can't, it's understandable, and maybe you have to speak to the club and move on. But for me, just have to be patient.
So being patient, being flexible, really.
Yeah, that's
going to be the key.
It's just Southeast Asia for you. Things aren't always done the way they're done over in, say, in Australia and Europe, or So you just got to be patient, have an open mind. That's what I say when you come here.
Right. What about getting advice? Very often, if, for example, a player is contacted by an agent somewhere, and the agent says, yeah, whatever the question is, the answer is yes. That's that's a perennial problem, isn't it?
I'd say, make sure you do a fair bit of research before you come over here, and ask, certain players, if you know anyone over here in regards to the clubs and all that stuff, and go from there and, sort of have everything written down on contract, in a contract, and because, they might say something, but if it's not written down on a piece of paper, well, then, you're struggling.
Or any piece of paper.
Yeah, that's it.
So obviously, again, if you're looking at young players who may be 23, 22, 21, they're going to find it difficult to know the right people to talk to, really, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they give me a bell. I'm happy to talk to people. If you talk to anyone that comes over, and it's you need to ask people for advice. The more people you get advice from, the more info you get. The more you sort of you can sort of make your decisions and go from there.
Right. So this is now your 5th year in Indonesia. Let's talk about yourself now for a while. You had Persita, Persema. The season's not yet over yet. You look at a good cup run, aren't you?
Yeah, hopefully, our league form has dipped a fair bit. Maybe last 4 or 5 games. So we had a good run. We went 6 undefeated, and we're sort of pushing in the top 4. But we sort of stumbled a bit, and now we're just sort of back in the pack, and hopefully, like we can put that right and finish the season off on a good note and sort of push for the cup. I still think we've got a good side, and a lot of people say we play a really good brand of football, and that we've got a very good side. So,
all right, mate. Thanks a lot. We'll put it there. Yeah.
Cheers.